And
oh, man.
I personally really like the draft here from T1. I think that the TF, if played respectfully and picking up a couple of early Merc threats, can do really well into the LeBlanc. The point and click CC is really rough time. It's not a very interactive pattern if Jayce can decide the tempo in that matchup. But Gen.G, not to be scared, use their bot and mid lane prio to pick themselves up at the free Drake.
Yeah. You say it's free, it really is in every sense of the word.
No way we're going for that one. And as T1, this is still fine. There's no cause for alarm just yet. You have a lot of pressure in the top lane. That matchup is playing itself out very good.
Here we go. Rascal has his flash, but is that going to be enough? As the sun will come in, the burst damage from the two players of T1 will be enough, just barely. Faker going to be able to pick that one up as Canna had to get out.
To want to contest it, but without Rascal, I don't know if you really can. Nice poke landing though.
Just a little bit, but at the end of the day, we do see Clid up on the top side, just flirting with the idea of a kick. Okay, here we go. Just gonna get Canna totally out of position, and down he will go. That's only the one kill, and it's traded back by Gumayusi. Ends T1 pick up the Rift Herald, so they kind of laugh their way to the bank as Ziggs casually does 1,800 damage. In time. Just a little bit of pressure coming out here. Gumayusi not really down on the bottom side as it looks like he wanted to rotate. They're trying to pressure here for the Rift Herald to get some value on the already pretty low turret up on the top side. And they'll just be able to get those plates, but not much else. Their own jungle, but not really enough to push over to the river. So this one will just go over to Gen.G. We will have an Infernal Soul, which will be pretty insane for the two teams we have going up against each other.
While I agree, it's also hard to think of like, what's a scenario where you're like, oh no, I'm not Infernal Soul. Or is yeah, I mean it happens.
Yeah.
But it's not very common. Oh, Rascal.
Yeah, he's okay. Even Canna's here, and oh yeah, there's of course a bear on the other side, and he has ultimate with red buff. You're just not getting away from that one as T1 commit 3.
The Gen.G composition, while the pick potential is really good, even at this point in the game, even with the deficit that they're on currently.
Oh boy, Insta Cleanse comes out, and he still loses 70% of his health, so no longer does Varus remain. They're going to have those cooldowns ready for the next Infernal fight. It's actually perfectly timed as they get that.
So you can teleport him back here, but again, you need this one as T1, and with all the poke from Ruler Radar doing so much work, it's a good start of the fight, but it's not quite enough yet to scare off T1.
Yeah. You got to see some more of this poke from T1 landing. The shock blasts haven't really been there. Only a couple of bombs have really landed as here we go. Faker going up on the top side. Nice taunt here from Light as that bomb from Ziggs doesn't get much done. And actually, Cuzz and Keria are extremely low at this point. They still have to stick around, but Light, he's kind of stuck in the pit. Thankfully, he has his trusty stopwatch to keep him alive, and he will flash away. And you can see the health bar so low actually on both sides now as finally some of that poke from T1 is coming in. Cuzz way on the backside there, wants to get a smite down just for some health at this point in time. That's how close this fight is. As even getting that shield as well. Coming on over, and I think T1 have done a decent job of bullying them out, but now Keria is going to need an arrow to the back. It is just on a knife's edge right now. BDD trying to do his part.
Mana getting low.
Yeah, at some point you just run out. That's a nice engage, and actually Clid, he gets the kill onto the dragon, and BDD is going to feast on some low health bars here. He gets the one, but he's going to trade his life for it as Gumayusi, that is one sad Ziggs. As Ruler and Rascal on the run here as well. I think T1 in a good spot to take both of them down at least. As Rascal also going to get flanked here and go down. But at the end of the day, Gen.G did pick up that Infernal Drake, which is more than worth its weight in gold.
And now it just means as T1, you are still given the opportunity to take over this game. And that's what you need to do. It is.
Jayce is immensely fed at this point in time, even as a GA, on top of everything else. So at some point, the Jayce gets started, and if he hadn't, then it would have been a much more lopsided kind of fight. So BD and Ruler getting their own share of poke in. And Rascal at this point, he just doesn't really want to go around the enemies. He just wants to split push that bottom side, it looks like, for now. It's just going to be another one of these poke fests. We'll see who comes out ahead this time around. Gen.G might consider some kind of maneuver here instead of getting just poked out to death, as it's going to be T1 actually that go for the maneuver. As that is the insta-cleanse out of Ruler. BDD over the wall. He's just going to get the GA by himself away from Canna. And Ruler's going to live here. We got the kick for disengage. And BDD is still full health. Look at the amount of damage he's getting done, but he can't do it all alone here as Ruler now trying to kite back. And you can see that T1, they say no more poke out of this LeBlanc. We just got to engage and take them out. And that they will. They're going to secure the fight and the Drake here as Clid is down.
Immaculately played there by BDD, but it's not enough. And this is where T1 reaps the rewards of how well they've been playing this early to mid game. Because it is the fact you're a little bit careful about. That turn is amazing though.
It really is. And they've got Keria waiting here in the wings. Cuzz, no flash available, but he does have his ult. And you can see BDD's not landing that poke just yet. Red side Varus, still a thing. Able to do a little bit of damage, but here we go. Here's that turn, and poor Light is just not able to get much done in this game. As what is that damage? Varus still a thing, apparently. Really nice satchel on a Rascal, and he's going in, and BDD gets the huge assassination. So many low health bars here on the side of Gen.G, but they worked in it. They're still in a good spot at this point in time with a pretty nice gold lead here, and they're picking up some Drakes. Gumayusi maybe now the one who has to be scared, as we see the damage now is just insane. That's going to be the stopwatch blown, and he's not in a good spot. There's no peel for the T1 jungler. And down he will go once again, and Gen.G are taking back control of this game.
They should still maybe try and contest it, but the damage from Gen.G is terrifying. Are they really going to give this up? Because if you give up this Baron...
It's rough.
Well, actually contesting for the Inferno is also going to be almost impossible.
The Destiny helps out so much in keeping them alive, and Ruler's going to have to flash away. Look at the poke that they have. As the turn comes in, and Canna is just going to blow up the Lee Sin. Down he goes, and even BDD is going to be going down here. They thought they had him, but it was actually the clone. And now Ruler's all alone with no flash. He has the cleanse, and look at this. Putting on the moves, but unfortunately, he is all alone, and the TPs are coming in. T1's trying to end the game.
That was a 50-50 call there from Canna trying to get the final kill. And now, the death times are, I think, relatively short. I don't actually know if you can actually end the game with how low your health bars are. T1, they want to go for it. I don't think it's going to work out. Ruler is there.
Oh,
God. Oh, God. Soul's online as well.
Yeah, they have a Ziggs, and that's some insane dodging coming out from Faker. And look at this, just flashing forward. Faker's going to go into his Zhonya's. They just got to hit the Nexus here, and I think they will have enough. There it will be, 32 minutes. And T1 are going to shut this game down before it gets too out of hand. We were already off the rails, but they brought us back.